played college football, period, of course it's concerning. It is for everybody else across the country as well, including our opponent. They got guys that haven't taken snaps either, and I'm sure they're in a very similar situation.
And have you put in a field goal return play?
No, because that would just be ridiculous. Why would anybody want to do that?
And how important is tempo for you offensively? That seems like they've haven't had trouble with it, I guess, but teams have been successful have really pushed them on that and reeled off like 90 snaps.
Yeah, you know, I mean, it's everybody has to deal with tempo. We have to deal with tempo. I mean, they're going to have to deal with tempo. Everybody across the country is going to have to deal with offenses playing up tempo. That's the nature of college football. It's where everybody's going. People are making a big deal about it against Alabama. Nobody's making a big deal about Ole Miss going fast against Alabama, where they shut them out, or you know, some of the other games that they played, Kentucky went fast against them and they shut them out. So they faced teams that have played up tempo, and nobody ever talked about it because they shut them out. Well, you know, against Auburn, against Oklahoma, against Texas A&M, you know, you know, everybody's talking about that because they won those games. But if you look at it, what they did defensively, it's not like they were giving up 600-700 yards. They were still kind of holding their own. It's just, you know, when you're talking about a defense that last year gave up 260 yards, anybody with any kind of success is what you're going to talk about. So, you know, it's something that's in our plan. I don't care who our opponent is. It's gonna be in our plan to be able to do that. And hopefully over the last year, we've figured out a way to be able to do that better than we did it last year, because we were pretty subpar at it last year.
Is it fair to say, though, that you don't want to be in a situation where you're, you know, incomplete pass, walk back the line of scrimmage, and just line up slowly and methodically against them?
The only thing worse than punting is punting quickly. So if we're not very good at it, then we probably shouldn't do it. And last year, there was a lot of games that I went into those games with some reservations on how fast I wanted to punt. I think we're in a better place at this point.
Talk about the overall program from the end of last season to this year. How about specifically offense, your comfort level from a week before the opener last year to where you are right now with these guys?
Much more comfortable. I think we're better at every position. I think we're playing a very, very, very good defense. So, you know, you got to take into consideration who we're playing and how you feel like you can attack them. Where we're at offensively is night and day. Starting with the coaching staff, there's a lot more continuity. We've got 3 coaches that are much more comfortable in coaching what we're trying to do, and then you got guys that aren't starting for the first time, which again puts us in a very, very much better position.
When you have a guy like Daryl Worley, I mean, do you want to match him up against Amari Cooper? Will you move him side to side, or you
don't have many choices? Right? I mean, Amari Cooper is one of the best receivers in the country, so we're going to have to put our better guys on him, you know. But then we're going to have to cover DeAndre White. We're going to have to cover Christian Jones as well. So they got multiple options, and we have to be able to have more than Daryl Worley be able to step up to cover some guys.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.